my name is Danny Sura and welcome back to Breaking Into Bollywood. For those of you who are joining me once again, thank you. And for those of you who are watching for the first time, Breaking Into Bollywood is an account of my journey so far, from moving from Birmingham, England to Mumbai to follow my dreams and passion of becoming an actor in the Bollywood entertainment industry. So I'm hoping that my journey will be a guide to aspiring actors and actresses out there. Hopefully you can learn from the mistakes that I've made and from all the good stuff that's happened to me on my journey so far. So episode 6, dun dun dun, my first feature film role. My silly cat's playing, just 1 second. Jingles, why are you disrupting my shoot, huh? Why are you disrupting my shoot? Can't you just wait? So the name of the film is Inkaar. It was directed by Mr. Sudhir Mishra, who directed the cult classic Ye Sali Zindagi. The film starred Arjun, Rampal and Chitrangada, Singh, and it actually addressed sexual harassment in the workplace. So how did I get a role in this film? Well, I was walking around Nagar Part 1. Remember, I told you in episode 2, you have Nagar Part 1, Nagar Part 2, where various auditions take place. I went down a little alley, I passed studio number 114, and on the studio door, it said shortlisted actors only, casting for film. What are shortlisted actors? That's when the casting director or the casting assistant has invited you directly to an audition. So you can't just walk off the street and say, hey, I'm an actor, is there anything that I can audition for? No, they need to ring you specifically. I thought, you know what have I got to lose? Let me just go inside and see if I can work this British charm in it. God, that sounded so bad. So remember in episode 2, I talked about fit and not fit? So basically what happens is the casting director or the casting assistant will come out, he'll have a look at people, so he'll be there like, you know, sometimes be having a cigarette. Boss, not fit, not fit, not fit, fit. So he's the one deciding if you're suitable for the audition or not by saying fit. That means yes, come on in. Not fit, bye, see you later. So I walked in, loads of actors standing around, and the casting director for this project was Nanli Ratnam, a lovely person, and she's casted for some very big projects, Brahman Naman, Heroine, Indian 2, which is Kamal Hassan's upcoming film. So she came out and she's looking at everybody and she goes, no, sorry. She comes to me and she says this, you look like Imran Khan. That's because I'm his bastard son. Really? No. Go and audition. So yeah, it just goes to show that sometimes being a bit cheeky and a bit funny can open doors for you. But don't get me wrong, it's not going to work every time. If there's a film and they're casting and looking for a person that's 20 years old and you're 35, 40 looking, being charming and stuff and being a bit of a joker, it's not going to get you an audition. So you need to be kind of realistic and see where you fit before you try these kind of antics. So in terms of the role that I had in the film, it was a glorified extra. Here it's called junior artist, but I didn't care though. You have to start off somewhere, and just to get my foot in the door, just to get some experience of working in a Hindi film was a big achievement in itself. People that come here, they think that if they've got a body, if they're good looking, whatever, they can get launched as a hero straight away. Unless you're a Kapoor, unless you're a Khan, unless your father's a director or a producer, the chances of that happening are very, very low. So just be a bit realistic when you set out your goals. Not to say that it can't happen in the future, but don't expect it to happen straight away. So my scenes from the film Inkaar were shot at the Renaissance Hotel in Mumbai. So here's some behind the scenes footage from when I actually arrived on set. Okay, so found the place for the shoot just 10 minutes late. But you know how it is here, Indian timing. I'm sure they're probably still doing some shots and stuff of other scenes. So I'll park my car, just making my way to the set now. Well, I'm in the vanity van, which has got all the lunch in as well. Because I'm playing a small role, I'm in a vanity van that hasn't got any AC, and it's quite hot and sticky in here. Yeah, it's very humid. And combined with the food that's all laid out on the table with the chicken and rice and all that, I'd rather be outside in the sun or something, man. So I'm sitting in the trailer
with my 3 colleagues, and let me introduce you. This is Lodin, who's actually he's from Amsterdam, and I was just telling him about some of my Amsterdam experiences when I went back in 2001. This is Tushar. I'm just introducing everyone to my friends. I've got a blog site you see on the internet. Tushar, a star in the making. So any single girls out there, contact me and I'll give you his information.
Oh my god.
Oh, and his second name is Fulke, which made me feel hungry. Fulke in Punjabi means roti, Fulke. So, and sir, your name Nishant, isn't it?
I am Ashish Kapoor.
Sorry, Ashish, beg your pardon.
Kapoor,
Ashish. And he's got a big part in the film. He's been here for a long time shooting.
Now I'm proud to say that my parents have raised me to respect and treat everybody equally, and just like with any organisation, unfortunately there is a hierarchy, and the same on a film set. But for me, the backbone of a film set are spot boys. Now spot boys, they are workers that help the technical crew, they look after the actors on set. Basically anything that you need, they're always there, ready to look after your comfort. Sometimes I've seen them being disrespected quite a lot, which doesn't fly with me. And at the end of the day, man, they're human beings, we're all one, yeah? So I like chatting to them, I like having a laugh with them, and everyone on set, we call them Dada. So we're like Spot Dada, Makeup Dada. It's like, you know, like a term of endearment. So here's some of the catering people that I interacted with on the sets of Inkaar.
Okay, this is how they make roti here in India. So he's fixing the dough there. Kaise ho dada, theek ho? Theek ho? And they put it in that stove here. It's delicious. ये जो मैं फिल्म बना रहा हूँ ना, ये मैं इंग्लैंड था ना, वहाँ पे मेरे सब दोस्त रहते हैं, उनको मैं दिखाऊंगा ये पिक्चर।
थैंक यू सर।
आपका नाम क्या है दादा, बताओ?
नाम राकेश।
राकेश। और भैया आपका? मनोज। और सब कुछ ठीक? ठीक है। Yeah, he's just check the tea now, and he's just making it there in the back. Bless him. Thank you, Dada.
So yeah, working on a film set, it's fantastic, isn't it? It's like a fun ride from start to finish. Not always.
Hello, so just got my costume on now. Still haven't started shooting anything, but that's the name of the game. Sometimes you come onto set and you're just waiting and waiting, and then before you know it, you're shooting like, you know, 10 hours after you arrived on set. Well, some bad news. Shoot's been wrapped. So I reached here at 12:30 in the afternoon. It's now 10 o'clock at night. I've just been stuck in the vanity van all day, and I didn't get to shoot wherever I was supposed to shoot. So a bit ticked off because no one's telling you what's happening. Bit disorganized, and so not in the best of moods. But well, this is the journey, isn't it? Well, apparently there isn't a pack up. I got changed, went outside, got a call saying come back, get changed. So let's see what they can shoot. Oh my god, how funny. Looks like I wasn't needed, so staying back again for another 2 hours was a bit of a waste of time.
Looking back at this footage and the discomfort that I was facing, the disorganization, I love it, because you know what? If things are given too easily to you, you're not going to respect it, you're not going to value it. I'm glad that I'm still going through the grind to get towards my goal, because I know when I finally achieve my goal, I'm going to value it a whole lot more, as opposed to it being given to me on a plate. Oh, a bit controversial, that comment. So in the scene, I wasn't supposed to have any dialogue, but one of my co-actors, a fellow junior artist, he wasn't that confident. So they said, yeah, this is the line, you go and say it. And he like kind of froze. 1 or 2 takes went by and he wasn't really performing as the director wanted him to perform. And they said, oh, is there anybody else I can do it? And I said, yeah, I can, I'll do the line. And they said, can you speak in a French accent? I was like, of course, man. I can't speak in a French accent to save my life. I think the line was something like, yes, I agree. And I said it like that. It sounded more Russian than French. They said, हाँ चलेगा चलेगा. So how was it like working with Mr. Arjun Rampal? It was great. Yeah, I didn't have any scenes with him really. I didn't really interact with him much on set. But he was a thorough professional, man. He would come in, do his lines, do his scenes and leave. After that scene was canned, the one that you just saw, I just went up to him and I asked him, can I take a picture with you please? And he was gracious enough to say, yeah, he didn't owe me anything, took a picture, smiled in the picture, and he went on his way. And yes, I showed off that picture to my friends back in England. I was like, yeah, me and Arjun Rampal, we're besties now. Generally, from what I've observed on other film sets and other sets, if you're an extra or junior artist in this case, you're not really spoken to properly. You know, you're kind of ordered about. You're kind of disrespected quite a lot, to be honest with you. But thankfully, my experience was nothing like that. And to be honest, it's what you give out as well. No one's going to disrespect me because of the vibe that I give out. Danny, once again, you forgot to record something. So one of the good things that came out of working in Inkaar was my friendship with Mr. Sandeep Sachdev. Now, this guy is a celebrity, man. He's done a lot of work in the industry. And he was also on the show, India's Biggest Loser.
मैं डाइवर्सिफिकेशन में बिलीव करता हूँ और हर कल्चर का खाना खा चुका हूँ, तो खाते खाते पता ही नहीं चला कि कितना मोटा हो गया। एक इम्पोर्टेंट स्पार्क होती है जिसमें एक मतलब अगर कोई किसी को देखे और कहे अरे वाह, मतलब मज़ा आ गया, बस वो एक लेवल पे पहुँचने के लिए मेरे को लगता है कि मेरे को वेट लूज़ करना पड़ेगा। और ऑब्वियसली वो मैं सिर्फ अपने लिए कर रहा हूँ। मैं एक्टिंग करने की कोशिश ज़रूर करूँगा, एक्टिंग हो या मॉडलिंग हो, क्योंकि 30-40 केजी मेरा एम है लूज़ करने का और मेरे को लगता है कि 30-40 केजी के बाद मैं काफ़ी मेरे ख्याल से अच्छा लगूंगा। I will be the biggest loser.
So without further ado, let me pass it to Sandeep, and he can tell you a little bit about our history, some funny stuff there, and a great guy. Enjoy.
Hey Danny, what's up? Danny and me have shot in movies. My first movie, that was Inkaar. And didn't really know that Danny was also a part of it till little later. Not many would know this, but Danny and me have this habit of bumping into auditions. The good thing that comes out of bumping into an audition with Danny is either of us surely gets that part. So Danny, I really sincerely hope that you and me keep on bumping into auditions and many auditions, and of course hopefully someday we get to share screen space also.
Okay, I have to interject. The reason why Sandeep said that is because every time we work in a film together, we never share a scene. We always have like an audition for the same part. We get different roles in the film or in a project, but we never share a scene together. Okay, back to you, Sandeep.
So, Inkaar, second movie was Hindi medium, and in fact, I very, very clearly remember then I was called for the audition of Hindi medium. I was testing for the part that Danny finally got, and while I'm just walking down, I was in my grey suit, and I see Danny also walking into the building with a grey suit, and we both share this look like, okay, chal Danny, at least the good thing is one of us is surely getting this role, and well, he did.
Pia, she has a maturity about her that is balanced by a bewitching charm and a delightful sense of humor. She is everything a parent could want, bright, industrious, but most importantly to us, honest and humble. We are very blessed to have Pia as our daughter.
क्या बात है सर, क्या बात है सर, क्या बात है, ये बात है। अरे सर क्या बात है, पहचान नहीं रही हमारी बच्ची है किसी और की बच्ची है। अरे बेटा बाबूजी किसी दे दे अब।
प्यार तो मैं पिया से जी वैसी बात करती हूँ, लेकिन आज तो मैं से इम्प्रेस हो गई।
थैंक यू जी।
And I was really happy, and just after a couple of weeks I got another call, a casting call for the same movie, and I was a part of a scene with Irfan sir and Deepak Dobriyal, and of course we met at the premiere. So one of our initial projects which I remember shooting for was a Renault television commercial which was all the way in Calcutta. We've shot for one or two more commercials which was in Pune. It's just great to have Danny on set. He's a full enthu cutlet. He can go on talking and talking and topping, and the good thing is that you keep on having a lot of fun while interacting with him. There's no moment of where you feel that, oh, I'm getting bored in a conversation. There was a very nice instance which had happened, and there's this movie Main aur Mr. Right, where I was literally finalized for this character of Abhay, and the only reason I didn't get that part was that I was told that Sandy, you're too tall. So I was not ready to sacrifice my legs for that role. Out of the blue, I I get a message from Danny, and he just said, Sandy, I am actually shooting for this movie. And he didn't tell me the name that time. He just told me I'm shooting for this movie, and this role that I'm playing, I just feel you would have done so much more justice to it. And I was like, dude, which one is this? And he says, my own Mr. Right. And I like, oh man, immediately calling him up and telling him that how this thing didn't pan out for me. Another instance of Danny I would like to share. So this is, this is when I was on my way to work. This is when I was taking the train from Andheri to Churchgate. What I've observed is literally every second person in the train is on their mobile phone. Either they're playing a game or watching something, like a serial or a movie. And suddenly I see that there's this guy who's seeing an episode of Danny's serial, and I'm saying, oh, ये तो Danny है. And I was like, oh man, this is so cool. I remember instantly taking out a photograph of it, and I sent it to Dan. I said, dude, you have fans everywhere right now.
Sandeep, thank you for those kind words, man. It's always a pleasure bumping into you, and you're a great guy, and hopefully we'll work together where we actually got some scenes together. So yeah, my first film, Inkaar, I was pretty much a glorified extra, but my next film, Mayor or Mr. Right, I'll devote an entire episode to that. I had a very good role in that film, so it was a significant jump. That was an experience in itself, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you, but that will come after though. I hope that my journey is inspiring you lot out there. It's the small steps along the way that really count, small strides, yeah? The more strides you take, the more ground you're going to cover. Damn, I just made that up myself. That's a good line. Please do stay on this path. I know it's very, very difficult. There's a lot of rejection in this game, but stay true to yourself. Keep on working on yourself. Develop as an actor and just go for it, man. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Breaking Into Bollywood. Please leave your comments below. You can connect with me on Instagram, Twitter. As always, I'll leave my social media handles at the end of the video. Please do subscribe to my channel. Do share the link and just get in touch with me. And I know it's a tough time right now with the COVID-19. The industry is kind of on a standstill, but there are things that you can still do. You can still read the trade news. If you have an IMDb account, go on there, look up casting directors, look at the projects that have been announced, get in touch with the producers. If you haven't got a show reel, you can just wear like a black top, set up a camera and just record some monologues, Hindi, English, whatever. So do use the time productively, and yeah, all the best on this journey. So on the next episode, I'm going to be talking about my experience with the casting couch. This is Danny Sura, and you're watching Breaking Into Bollywood.